I want to just let you know, one of the most important things that you and I can do in our life is make sure that we are taking care of this temple of the Holy Spirit that resides in us. God's very clear that He has graciously given us the Holy Spirit to guide us and to lead us, and that He resides in your and my body. What a blessing and what a challenge at the same time. And I want you to know, as a mom of 9 children and as a CEO of a company and a person who likes to run at a very high pace, I will tell you that I pretty much almost killed myself because I ran myself ragged. And I think sometimes that might be in particular a challenge for women because we tend to be the givers and the caregivers in our families. But what happened was, as the ministry continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and God blessed it, which was all great. And my family went from no children to 5 children to 7 children to 9 children. Life just became more and more hectic and more demands on me. And I would say physically and nutritionally, I didn't really have a clue. And so I got to a point where you would have thought I just lived on Coke, Sonic Coke, me and Sonic twice a day. And I could go that way for the longest time. And I remember in our medical clinic one day, my nurse practitioner wouldn't let a girl leave because she had something on her blood work that was extremely low. And my nurse practitioner was concerned about her, and she actually made this girl have someone come pick her up because she thought she might pass out or whatever. Anyway, we took care of the young lady, and the young lady left, and I just found it interesting what my nurse practitioner had just done. So I went and looked up, I had just gotten blood work done. I went and looked up that same marker on my blood work, and my marker was lower than the lady we wouldn't let leave on her own. And my nurse practitioner was like, "How are you even standing up?" And I said, I don't know. I don't know. And so that began part of a journey for me to kind of begin to learn to take better care of myself. And then, as life would have it, I ended up with an injury. I shut a car door on my leg, a truck door on my leg, and it dug a big hole out. And that got infected. And the wound doctor couldn't get it healed. And I finally found a wonderful nutritionist who helped me take care of it. And once I got that healed, that healing process took way too long, and it was so painful with staph running around in my body. And it's something that I've worked on for 3+ years to try and get myself into a place where I can fully be healed from that. My takeaways were, though, as I went through that, was, what do I need to do to fix me, to help me, so that my body can function at its maximum capacity? Because I didn't really feel like God was going to release me out of my mom role. As a matter of fact, I was starting to get grandchildren, and we know that I want to be there for that. And then my role in ministry was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so what did I need to do to be able to get myself in a healthy spot so that God could continue to use me to bless my children, bless my spouse, bless my company? And I just began a journey. So some of you sit in a similar type situation. I hope and pray that you haven't shut a truck door on your leg and almost killed yourself over it. But I know that our health is getting out of control. Maybe it is just swelling in our body or inflammation in our body. Maybe it is extra pounds that we're carrying. Maybe it's headaches that we're facing. I found the biggest thing was when I went to this nutritionalist, one of the funniest things that happened was they asked me on a scale of 1 to 10, where did I think my stress was? And I was like, it's a 3, kind of low, 3 being toward the bottom. And this nutritionist is a good friend of mine, and he actually called me and he said, you're lying. It's got to be way higher than that. You can't do the job you do and have the children you have and not have stress from the outside that you're facing and the pressures that you have to raise money and all this stuff. He said, this can't be true. And so he has a little test that he does in the office. And anyway, the goal is to be 15 or 20 on the scale. And I was 140 when he tested me. So we determined that I was a little stressed. But there were things that I could do. There were some supplements I could do. There also was some practices and habits in my life that I could incorporate, mindsets that would change those things. And what I started doing was slowly just beginning to do the next best thing for my health. So making sure that I was concerned about it and I understood how I could figure my way. And with my nutritionist's guidance, I was able to just start doing the next best thing, the next best thing, the next best thing. And here's something that I realized. My body was very stressed out. But I had gotten so used to living in that kind of stress that it seemed normal. And sometimes my husband and I joke with 9 children in the house that it's not PTSD that we have TSD, traumatic stress disorder, all the time. And I just didn't realize how hard it was and what a hard toll it was taking on me. And as we began to work to get my stress under control and the stressors and the anxiety things that I was facing, what I realize now is that when I get back up in kind of those stressed out zones, I notice it very quickly now, because now I know what little to no stress should feel like in my body. And I didn't know that before. So when we teach kids at camp and stuff like that, one of the things is they don't realize the indicators that their body is giving them that something's amiss and they need to make some changes. I was missing that. And so I just want to encourage you today. I don't care where you are on the spectrum on your health journey. All I know is that sometimes we need to stop, think about it, and ask God for wisdom, get help from a great nutritionist, or maybe it's just simply going for a walk. Walking a mile a day is amazing to get your body going. But what are some of those things that I could be doing? Simple things. Just do one and see if it doesn't help your body begin to function better so that you and I can be the people that God has called us to be, and we can be a blessing to our children, to our spouses, to our companies, and to the people that we get to interact on a day-to-day basis. It makes all the difference. And I want to be here for a long time, and I want to be an impact player. And in order to do that, I have to be healthy.